All right, so move on to the next segment. I'll be sharing my thoughts on Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk officially being announced. So, the news broke last week that Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk is officially signed for a fight that will take place in Saudi Arabia in an undisputed championship fight taking place in the heavyweight division. The reported dates are for December 23rd for Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk to take place, or a time frame at some point down the line in the month of January in 2024. So, finally, the boxing gods have answered. My prayers have been answered, because if you guys have followed the podcast, I have said that the most disappointing division in the sport of boxing this year has been the heavyweight division. The sport has been giving us countless big fights, and the heavyweight division has been asleep this whole entire calendar year of 2023. The boxing gods have answered my prayers, because they have officially woken up, and we are officially getting Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk, and it's coming very soon. When that fight will happen, I'm not sure, but I do believe this fight can happen as early as December 23rd of 2023, due to the fact that I do believe that Tyson Fury is just going to roll over Francis Ngannou in the next few weeks in the sport of boxing. Like I said, that fight should not even be taking place between the two respective fighters. Again, Tyson Fury is pound for pound, one of the best boxers in the sport today. Francis Ngannou made a big name for himself, kicking asses and taking names over in the UFC. But once again, MMA and boxing are two different sports. They're not meant to clash with each other. We know every time when an ex-MMA guy or a current MMA fighter gets in the ring with a boxer in a boxing ring, we know the outcome. The boxer always wins. And it would be vice versa if a boxer ever stepped into an octagon with an MMA fighter. Those two sports just don't clash together, and it's time to find that out again, unfortunately, when this fight takes place. I just think it's a waste of time. I think it's a spectacle. And I don't understand how Francis Ngannou has as many pro fights as I have in a boxing career. Zero rounds fought, zero boxing experience, and you're going in there against one of the best in the world today. I think Tyson Fury is just going to roll over Francis Ngannou, which I am predicting that this fight will take place December 23rd between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. But Tyson Fury and versus Oleksandr Usyk has the makings to be one of the biggest fights in the history of heavyweight boxing. Both are pound for pound one of the best in the sport today. You look at Tyson Fury, the reigning defending WBC world champion, a heavyweight champion. You have Oleksandr Usyk, who is the reigning defending unified heavyweight champion, holding the WBA, IBF, and WBO world titles. This has all the makings of an instant classic. Both have tremendous boxing skills. Both can fight well on the inside. Both can fight well on the outside. This fight is so big I could potentially tell my grandkids about and say this was one of, if not the greatest heavyweight fight that I ever witnessed in my lifetime of being a boxing fan. And it has some significance to it, because the winner of this fight will be the boxing's first ever undisputed heavyweight champion since Lennox Lewis was the world champion in 1999. Now, back in 1999, they only had 3 titles to be undisputed. Now we're in a 4-belt era, and nobody has been a undisputed heavyweight champion in the sport of boxing since the 4-belt era. So the winner of this fight will become the first ever undisputed heavyweight champion in the sport of boxing in the 4-belt era. So I think that's another reason why this fight's going to be special. I am hearing the reports that it is a 2-fight deal, so the loser of this fight has a chance to cash in the rematch clause to fight the winner of the first fight. So we could be on our way to having 2 spectacular fights between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. We could be in store for an epic trilogy between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. Am I all in for it? Yes. Am I glad the heavyweight division has finally woken up in the sport of boxing? Yes. So I'm a happy guy. I'm a happy camper. Those are my thoughts on Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk officially being announced next in the sport of boxing.